Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing my MERN website that I built using MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. And I also use Redux. So first off, I'm going to start with my client side. Here's my app. I declare my routes for my different pages. These are the pages: sign in page, sign up page, send request page, accept request page, which is basically request page which shows the requests, and chat page and friends page, and I import them here. In my index.js file, I use Redux persist to stop the information from disappearing when I go to a different route, and I use the persist gate and the browser router to do the routes for the and here's my storage. I use Redux toolkit to declare the store, and I use the local storage here, and the key is root, and then I configure it with get default middleware, and then I export the persister, but I never use this. Then I export the default store and use it in index.js. So first, let's show how it works. So first, you can sign up and create an account. First, I'll make an account called janedoe at gmail.com. Password will be passed. Sign in. Here you'll see the main page, which is chat. Right now you're chatting with no one, so nothing will come up if you type something in. And here's the development tool, so I can see what's happening. The server side returns this error. Wait, no. Add message. Yeah, this is a Redux error. I need to fix that. Oh, it's an error because the thing didn't work. So to make it work, go to send request. I already made a John Doe account, so then you don't have to put a request reason. You can just leave that blank. You can just send it, and I think that's no way. This success doesn't show that it worked. It just shows that the route works, and accept. Then we log out. We go to John Doe account. Pass. Then I go to accept requests, and then Jane Doe is here. I can either remove Jane Doe or I can accept Jane Doe. And I'm accepting. Friends. Now I can chat with Jane Doe. Hello Jane Doe, it's John. Then I can send it. Then I can go back to friends. Go back to chat. See my chat message with Jane Doe. So then I can go back to Jane Doe. And then in her friends, you will see John. Since John added him, now they're both friends with each other. And then you can chat with John. Hello Jane Doe, it's John. Hello John Doe, it's Jane. So you can see this chat works for both sides of the account, so it works for each account. The red shows that you are the one sending, and the blue shows that you are the recipient, which is here. Now let's try to delete John Doe. Let's go back to chat. as you can see, the link is still here when it's chatting with John Doe, but it doesn't disappear. I need to fix that, but it will fix once you log out. So once you log out, go back to janedogmail.com. It'll reset. I need to fix that. So now John Doe is no longer the friend, and I go to John Doe account, then Jane Doe shouldn't be John Doe's friend either. And that's the case too. So that's how it works. And you saw how the delete button worked. It removed the friends from each other's friends list, so they don't have any contact anymore. And there you go. Now I'll show you the code. This is the chat list code. I use Material UI template to create all of this. And this sets up the chat bubble. It enters in the message, the sender, and whoever is the account owner, so it knows the account owner from the recipient. Yeah, and this is the logout function, just calls a purge statement. Then this sends it dispatches add message, and then it dispatches get message action. The actions are here, and this is the JWT authentication token here. It just calls get protect the route, and then it authorizes it. Yeah. So my friends, here's the friends. The friends mainly work using this friend table. Then they create data, it labels the columns. Then it uses use selector to get the contacts, and then it iterates through the contacts here, and then on this click it binds to the contacts, and it dispatches delete friend action here. Yeah, and this dispatches delete friend action, this unclick handle delete. And this is just how the code for the table is set up. This list items is used for these, and this app bar is used to do this. Yeah, copyright is used for this. Okay, so that's my server side. I mean my client side. I'm gonna go to my server side. Wait, I need to show you my reducers first. So this is the add message reducer, and they're all basically the same thing except for like certain words are changed. Yeah, here are my actions. This is where I set all the action types. I just declared them all here so I don't have to like write out the string for each one. This has a space in it, I don't know why. Hopefully I didn't break anything. Okay, and then the backend URL is localhost 500. I should make this .env file. I'll do that later if I ever get around to hosting this. And then returns a promise just to make sure that it actually went through. And then it dispatches this action with a payload. Yeah, it's basically similar for everyone. So I'm not gonna go through every action. Here's the package at JSON. I use emoji react, emoji style, MUI icons, Mu material, Redux toolkit, Axios, React, React DOM, React Redux, React Router DOM, React scripts, Redux, Redux persist, Redux dunk. I don't really use this. And I use some ESLint configure too. That helped a little. So my controllers, wait. So this is how my backend works. So it imports these different files from the routes, and the routes basically like declared how it will work with the localhost API. So it declares these routes, and then it calls app.use/API/routes. So that's how they like call it up, the routes. And then I use port 500. And then I use env file to hold the MongoDB URI. Then I call app.listen port console.log server running on port 500. Package.json, bcrypt, body parser, course.env, express.js, JSON Web Token, and Mongoose. This is my users. They call post sign in, post sign up, get sign up. I don't really use this function at all. Wait, do I? No, I don't use that function. Yeah, the get user function I don't use at all. I just use a sign in user which signs the user in. It tries to find the user, and if it doesn't find the user, it tells them incorrect email or password, and then it checks the password and then it types this if it's incorrect. And then chat list. The chat list isn't like if they didn't already made the chat list during sign up, it recreates the chat list here. And then it creates a JWT token to get them signed in. And then it signs up, creates the user here after it checks if the user doesn't already exist. And then it hashes it using bcrypt. And then it saves the user and then creates a JWT token. And then creates a new chat list. And then saves the chat list. And then sends it out to the user. Sends it out to Redux. And yeah, that's it for the router.users. Now request is send, accept, decline, or get the requests. So send request is just finds, check if the recipient is a valid user. So it checks if like the person you're sending a request to actually exists or not. And then this checks if the person you're sending it to is yourself, and we can't have that, so that's why I made a check for that. Check if the request has already been sent. Yeah, that's straightforward. Create the new request. Yeah, it creates a new request if all these parameters have been satisfied. And then it sends you a JSON. Then accept request. This is for the recipient. So if you get a request, it will create a new chat message between you and the recipient. And then it will add the recipient to your chat list. I think, wait. Yeah, this chat message is this. It's chat message between two people. this chat list is this. It's one person and all their friends, if that's straightforward. And then this is for the other users chat list. And then it deletes the chat request. It deletes this automatically after accepting it or declining it. And then this decline is easy. You just have to call this and don't have to worry about checking anything. Then get request, it just like gets all the requests from the server, which is here. Just like takes every request from the server and just lists it out here. And then the chat, when you first log in, it just displays all the chat bubbles. Oh wait, no. When you go to friends and then click chat, it displays all the chat bubbles using this get messages. And then it checks if the sender is the sender or if the sender is the recipient. Then this just adds message, and then this uses the OR to check if they're flipped upside down. And then this creates a new chat message if it doesn't exist already. And then this gets the friend. Wait. Find users chat list. Oh yeah, this like shows all the friends the user has. And this deletes friends. Wait, is there an add friend? Oh, add friends in request. Yeah, this adds the friend. And then this is the authentication using JWT verify. And so it gets the headers, the authorization token, and if the token is valid, it replaces the bearer with an empty string and verifies the token, clean token, process.env.secret, error.decode. Yeah. And here are the modules. So chat list, user is required, context not required because the users doesn't necessarily have context all the time. And it's created out here, but I never use this. And chat message. These are the chat message between John Doe and Jane Doe.